All right, welcome back to Nitrous Garage. This time we got the 48 Austin back in the shop, and changing the rear coilovers and the fuel pump. So I'm gonna do this up on the lift. I got it up there yesterday, get some stuff off to make some lists for parts, and I think I've got everything to do the changeover. So here's what we're working with. Pulling the rear coilovers off. Was running a pretty light spring. They had the spring compressed once they put it on the coilover. You see, they had it compressed all the way up to here. So it was pretty light spring. There's no adjustability on these old conies. They're pretty loose too. So what we're going for there is ordered some QA1 double adjustables. Some QA1 double adjustables. Got some new springs. There's no rate on this spring, and I don't have any scales right now. I would love to have some scales, but I don't have them right now. So I went with a 200 pounder. It might be a little bit heavy. Get a knife. Let's see what we got here. Hard to unbox with one hand, but it'll be okay. There we go. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna be good with 200s. I think that was a pretty good. Look at that spring. So we'll see how these 200s work. They're a little heavier, and then having some setup in the rear coilovers would be nice. So we got to get in here and get the other one out, and these are a little bit wider in the where they mount. It almost fits the top, so I'll have to do a little adjustment in the top, and the bottom needs some washers. No big deal. We'll get those in. We're also changing the fuel pump, upgrading from a Barry Grant 250, I think it is. Let me see. I believe it's a Barry Grant 250. Anyway, there it is. We're going to a little bit bigger pump. This one has a built-in return in it. This one also requires a 12-12 feed line, number 8 return. So that should be good there. And it's got some adjustability in here too for the pressure. So that's good. We can get our pressures dialed in the way we want them to run with the car. Or I'm sorry, the way the car wants us to run them, because it doesn't matter what we want, the car is going to tell us. So got to get this stuff on, change a few things in the front, and I'm going to start with the rear coilovers first and get them all set up. Okay, there's the shocks are in. These fit fine. Now I did raise up the rear end of the car a little bit, but we'll see how it does when it gets some weight on it, because we don't know where any of the settings are going to be, where we're going to want these at just yet. So just get some tires on it, and then I can put it down on the ground, see what it looks like. Maybe do some adjustments, and then get ready to start putting the fuel pump on. It's starting to get kind of later in the day here today. I had a whole bunch of running around to do this morning to get parts, so probably going to call it good for tonight, and then get started on the fuel pump first thing in the morning. I'm going to have to build a new bracket, so I have to take everything apart up here to put a bracket on for it. And this fuel pump requires 2 relays to run it, is what it says in the directions anyway. So I'm going to have to wire another relay into this and run some wires, but no big deal. I need to clean up some of this stuff anyway and loom it. So there she goes. Oh, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a little low, but not bad at all. Oh yeah. Tucked in there pretty good. Okay. It's not a bad starting point anyway. Okay. Good morning, Winston. Back on the 48 Austin. I got to get this hood pulled. Excuse me. I've got to get this hood pulled to get the fuel pump off. I'm going to build a new mount and weld it on. The mounts that come with them, they're okay. They're just not going to work for what we got. And I've got to cap off some lines so I can do some welding, disconnect the battery, and get going. Okay, I've got all the front end pulled apart, and this bracket here is what I'm going to change. So I got to cut all that off. I'm going to drape the car so I don't get sparks all over it, and get that cut off. And then I've got to build a bracket that fits on this pump here. So I've got to build a bracket for this pump that'll work, but it's taller, so it gets the pump at the right height. And then I'll put this back on, mock it all up, mark it, take it back off, since this is full of fuel. Even though it's race gas, it'll dry out pretty fast. But get that mocked up and put back on, and then I can put this on and start making my hoses. This pump's a little different. It's got a built-in return that's adjustable. This one does not. This one also has a filter built into it, and is about twice the size. All right, I got all the lines made, the fuel hoses made. Got this one made at a 90. This is the return with the adjustable pressure, and then the feed line down here. And then it's all wired in. I had to add another relay. So it's all added in. I cannot test it yet. I'm waiting on a cap, and it'll be here tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the front end on and clean up my mess, hang the door, and tomorrow morning we'll test it, and hopefully we'll be able to take it out to the track this weekend, make a couple test passes. So hopefully we'll be so if we can take it out to the track this weekend, make a couple test passes, that'd be great. Then hopefully the new coilovers really make a difference and this thing drives straight. So I'd really like to get into the nitrous and start testing with the nitrous a little bit. See if we can get it to get in the 5s. But we got a lot more testing to do, so a lot of setup now. We don't know anything about where these shocks need to be, so we'll be glad to get out to the track this weekend if at all possible. Okay, we're out here at Extreme Raceway Park, Ferris, Texas, and fixing to make a hit on the Austin. So hopefully these new coilovers we put on this thing are going to let it go down the track straight and see if we can turn the nitrous on today. second pass I've ever made down the track and in this car. But I had a really bad reaction time because the tree was a pro tree and I was expecting a full tree. But I went a 159 to the 60 foot and a 657 to the 8th at 108. And that's just on motor, no nitrous. Like I said, we're just testing these shocks, but the car went really straight. It drove really nice, a lot better than it did last time. So we'll go out and do it again. I know I need to get a little more heat in the tires. It was hard for me to tell what it was doing in the car, but I'll learn. I'm just learning. So we're gonna let it cool down, and we're gonna get Paul in it and see if Paul does any better. So we're just talking to the camera.
With me, man.
You're getting in the car. Yeah, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, for
not just to test it right off the trailer.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so I went up there and made the second pass, and they got the tree right this time, and it was completely my fault bobbling off the line. 2.0 reaction time, or I mean 2 seconds 0 to 60 foot, 0.3 on the reaction time. We ran 7:14 at 107, so I'll just keep practicing. I got to get it down. We're gonna turn the nitrous on now and let Paul go take a hit and see how it acts. So just made his first nitrous pass. He ran, let me see that slip. Let me see his slip. I got it right here.
Slips right there.
Don't lose it.
Yeah, don't set that on the trailer.
Yeah, it'll blow away. We need to keep it. Okay, so Paul just ran his first nitrous pass in it. And it pulled the front driver's side tire a little bit more than we really wanted it to, but it looked great. So he had a 3:34. I'm sorry. He had a .344 reaction time, a 1:36 60 foot, and a 5:79 at 1:19. So it's coming along. I think we got some more room on this.
Oh, I thought you said.
And sorry, I was opening the hood.
We need to pull one plug.
And yeah, it's looking really good. So we're gonna check the plugs and see how it looks, and then let the car cool down and charge the battery.
He's doing that on purpose.
And get back out there and run it again. So I ended up running one more pass after that on the nitrous, but it was pretty fuel fat. The bottle got a little low on us because we had to sit in the staging lanes for a little while. And I let out 3/4 way down the track or so. It was bobbling a little bit on the motor. Just it was really rich. So it ran pretty good still. I mean, I ran 650 at 99. So yeah, it was still moving out pretty good. So we got a lot more work to do on the car and a lot more fine tuning. I need to practice more, obviously, but we'll get there. But I really appreciate y'all watching. We got a lot more stuff coming up. Got Frank coming up. Got some other big builds coming. So we got some more cool stuff coming. So if you would, please like and subscribe. It really helps. And I really appreciate all y'all. So thank y'all.